worship like the Druids as we drink fermented fluids and run naked through the woods. Texas Jim Robertson sings the great hits of country and western music. Released in, we think, 1962 or 1958 under the Grand Prix series as a part of Pickwick Records. Is a label usually known for budget releases and reissues and recording sound-alike acts. If you don't know what that is, think of Asylum Pictures, those folks that do all those really cheesy knockoffs of movie blockbusters, except they did it with popular music acts of the day. And since Jim Robertson mostly recorded on singles for a lot of his career, most music of his can be found these days on best of collections. Now, there was very little to find about Robertson himself. Most of what I got was repeated among several music blogs and one press release that somebody was able to scrape together from a Design Records compilation of his work. He was either born in 1909 or 1913 in Batesville, Texas, and got his first job singing at a radio station in North Carolina. It's a job done out of necessity after running out of money while he was there visiting his aunt. As the tobacco farms didn't need cowboys and there weren't any rodeos in the area, he parlayed his guitar and banjo skills as well as a rich baritone voice into a regular gig, which got him noticed by RCA Victor, signed to a contract there. That also led him to doing voices for NBC radio dramas, among which were Death Valley Days and Dick Tracy, and as well a job entertaining the Marines he served alongside during World War II. Actually, the strangest thing that I found in Texas Jim's catalog is this odd World War II victory song that he released in 1946, and it's called better be careful about this one. The Last Page of My Cough. That's not the real title, but I don't want YouTube to be associating me with a certain group of people. A certain group of people whom I do not see in my chat, but who I would prefer didn't show up in their efforts to see Kyle. And we'll just leave it at that. While I'm talking about the album, this is actually me listening to it, abridged. Now, the album itself, it has both kinds of music, country and western. It's alright. Now, I found myself laughing during Lonesome Whistle because of some of Robertson's emphasis of certain syllables, and the last two tracks, I spent most of those songs trying to ascend to the spiritual plane. During A Cowboy's Dream, it was because of a never-ending spoken word part, and I'll be honest, Old Time Religion never had a chance. Whenever I run into that song, my mind just wanders to the joke verses that I've heard written for it over the years. I actually found myself paying more attention to the piano player and the other instruments on most of the tracks. I mean, the arrangements sound positively prehistoric compared to most modern popular country, but they were pretty calming for me in a way. If it matters much to y'all, the winning tracks for me were If You've Got the Money, Kentucky Waltz, It Makes No Difference Now, and Till the End of the World. If country doesn't immediately make you gag, it's worth a shot. I would say start with If You've Got the Money and go from there. Also, there's a great deal of his material on YouTube and Spotify, so if you want to explore more, you are absolutely free to, and it's still available. People have been preserving it for good reason. And honestly, I would recommend this album for some good old-time country and western music over certain other critically recognized efforts. But we'll talk about that another time. Next time, I'm going to see if I can scare myself.
Light to shine.
We will worship old Cthulhu just like everybody used to. That's good enough for me. Woo!